Great. Mic's on now, I think. I've been talking. Sorry about the moment of silence, if that's what it was. I saw the blinky light on my mic and said, "Oh, I thought I pushed that on." Oh, well, sorry about that. This is some promo. Okay, I guess I'll start over. Because as far as I know, that was not being recorded. This channel, Blood Always Finds Its Level, is a new one, a collaboration between myself and some good friends. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention to the blinky light on my microphone. And we started this channel because too often people who have been friends or thought they were friends turned out not to be so much, because you find out who your friends are when you're down. If whoever keeps kicking you or wants to tell you continually what's wrong with you, not in a constructive, friendly way, but in a hostile, do as I say way, those are not really your friends. And this is a big problem that I just did a video on a few days ago. And what we decided to do is we were all tired of people being even just unreliable, um, or you can't communicate with them, or you get excuses, or um, just not having each other's back, as I've said many times before. And that's what this channel is about. This Blood Always Finds Its Level is, of course, a Christian truther, flat earther channel for people who are tired of all the disloyalty. And I'm not saying that we have loyalty to anybody but Christ, but yes, you do. That's our highest loyalty. But yes, you do have loyalty to people you call your friends. And as Christians, we're supposed to treat each other as more than friends, as family. And this is just a big problem that's so big that people have almost pretty much given up on all the other channels, Christian or flat earther or whatever they are, because of a lot of apparent evidence that people aren't what they say they are. And when you find real people, you want to hang on to them. And that's what we're trying to do at that channel, Blood Always Finds Its Level. Yeah, this video, sorry, it started out with silence because I didn't know my mic was on mute. Anyway, the way I'm trying to promote the channel, that I'm told, is to like and subscribe. I hate saying that. It's such a trite phrase now, but new channel, I'm not going to do that for established channels so much, but we do want this one to be promoted, because I know how many people have left almost all the other channels, just as I have and our friends have, because of not just drama, but disunity, people turning on each other, abandoning each other, not being there for each other. And I need to clarify, I don't mean to say that wherever I go, if I get in trouble, I should be able to shine the Batman light on the moon and have everybody come running. What I mean is, if you're around somewhere where something bad happens to somebody, it's the humane thing to do is to find out, is to first of all try to stop the fight and come to the aid of the person under attack, and then find out what's happening, and not just presume, well, maybe they deserved it, maybe it's karma, maybe they started something. And I'm, again, not saying we should expect our friends to always bail each other out, even when we go around looking for trouble. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't look for trouble. And yet, at the same time, trouble is going to come to us as Christians. Sometimes a lot of us can just walk into a room, say hi, and get attacked for being Christians, and then we get blamed for the fight. So we're all tired of that at Blood Always Finds Its Level, and there's just a few of us there who on the panel, and it's going to stay that way for a while, because trust is a rare commodity, and we trust each other on that channel. And that's what we're trying to get started, not because we're trying to steal somebody else's thunder or spite anybody. We just needed a safe place. Yeah, call us social justice warriors if you want, but or special snowflakes. We're just tired of having no place to rest, no place where we can let down our guard and just get along and have conversations as Christians and truthers. And so that's what this channel is about. This is mostly my good friend Pillbox's theme and need, and help for others too. We all have to help each other. That's what the parts of the body of Christ are supposed to do. As each part is supposed to help the others. The Bible says that when one part suffers, all the parts suffer with it, and when one part rejoices, all the other parts rejoice with it. So that's the way it hasn't been. It's supposed to be in Christianity, and it's especially important online because this is a big problem of people not knowing how to take care of each other, being more cold and distant. So we started this channel to at least have a place like that. Like I said, we don't expect it to be popular. We're not monetizing. We're not sponsored. We're not robots. We're not using voice changers. We're just honest, real people who tried hard to find other honest, real people and go in one place. My channel is more, I guess, of a teaching channel. It's just me lecturing. And this one is a group panel discussion. It seemed for whatever reason that each channel needed to do their separate thing. And so that's the new venue, the new place we're hoping to establish that will not fall apart quickly like so many others have. And I'm sure there are many channels we're not familiar with that are running well and acting like Christians or at least friends, but we haven't found it. And so we started our own. We have some technical issues, but we'll try and work those out. Like I was saying, I think when I was still muted, this is just it's a problem with Linux and a problem with YouTube, because every day it seems they're changing something about how something works. And I have this new microphone also that once I started to use it, I was told that it was a little muffled sounding, and I know that's a problem with these mics. That's not a fault in them. It's just that when you use them with computers, they tend to have a muffled voice. So I looked for an EQ software to download, and now every time I start a new window or something, I have to reset the audio to go through the microphone and the headphones and things like that. So it's a royal pain. But one thing I might try to do is go over to our lone video, which happened to be a 3-hour hangout. We weren't intending that. And I'm glad, thanks in the chat, that the mic sounds good today. I'm hoping it's not muffled. And I've learned also I need to sit pretty close to it. And it's a really nice Blue Yeti microphone. And that's what people recommended. So, and I wasn't expecting to get one. It's a gift. And so I figured, well, if God wants me to have a microphone, he must want me to keep talking online. So, because it says there's times when would be so easy to make 90% of my problems go away by the flick of a switch and walking away from the internet. It would be very easy, especially YouTube. But we must go on, and that's why we need friends. We need some support somewhere. And so we did this hangout last night, and I'm going to try to play it. I don't know if anybody's going to hear the sound. I hear it on my speakers. That's not where it's supposed to be playing, and I hope it doesn't feedback on the mic. So I'm going to put it on. Let's see. Yeah, that's where I want to play. Whoa, wrong one. Always. Wrong one. Sorry. Finds it. Okay. I think it's I've got the audio playing on this. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the channel. And thank you also for kind comments in the chat. Those have been very refreshing and uplifting. That's been sadly lacking. Can you hear the video at all? There is audio playing on it. Let me skip a little bit. No sound. Well, phooey. I can hear it playing in my headphones, and I don't know. I had it working one day, so I'm just going to pause that. Yeah, I've got everything. This microphone is a USB mic, and I have sound going through that. Let me see if I can change where that's going. Even though that's going to come out my speakers, I hope it won't feedback. Let me try a little bit. Building audio. Can you hear the audio yet? You should be hearing Pillbox's voice. Okay, could you hear that? Still no sound? No audio yet. Okay, let me try this one. Well, I've tried all my choices. I don't know why audio won't go through there. We need to work this out because I got a nice little intro. We got a couple of intros to play on that channel, and I don't know why we can't get that to work. And on it's funny, on the older computer that I run the other channel, it has. Oh, you did hear it though? It was just faint. That's interesting. Let me keep playing that. Maximum volume. Let's see. Was it any louder? Okay. That's interesting. There's two of those. Let me. No, that should be working.
I'm just putting some new tires on the black
whoa.
And tweaking.
That's coming out my speakers.
Some fluids, and I love this truth, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is just the beginning. And with that, I love that.
Did you hear that for a second? This is when I had it come out my computer speakers instead of just the internal audio. You did hear it? Okay, let me try that again. Was it too loud? Let me play it again. There we go. Pieces of photos here and there, and that's actually that submarine.
But you know, a lot of people are like that. They just figure, oh, he's okay. Or they're trying to sell some artwork to get a couple of change. Dog, he's all right. Just keep on walking.
Okay. Well, so it seems I have to use my. All right, I just got that volume pegged to maximum on, it's like 153% is how high it goes. And use the, oh, that's interesting. I'll build in analog. All right, well, as long as it's coming out my speakers, it sounds like you guys can hear it. Okay, I'll have to try that next time. I was afraid it would feed back into the microphone. So if it wasn't giving feedback or echoing, then we'll do that next time. I'm glad you guys could come and help me out with that because it's been a puzzle. I don't know why it won't take the internal audio when I play a video. I have to get the microphone on it. Okay, that's just weird. All right, well, thanks again for helping out with that. That's surprising because this is a very sensitive mic, and the loud was the loud was very sound. The sound was very loud, as far as I could tell. So awesome! It is a directional, it's omnidirectional mic, but you can set which way it's looking. And I have it just looking at the front, and it's in front of the computer where the sound was coming out. So apparently that was enough to avoid feedback or howl or whatever you want to call it. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, there's the channel. I suppose I should put the link. I didn't put the link in the description. That's let me go back to the main channel of Blood Always Finds Its Level. we can't get, it's too new to give a custom channel link. I'll put that in the chat, and then later on I'll put it in the description. And yeah, check us out. I don't know when we're running. We don't know when we're running. It depends on who happens to be available for a few hours. It's usually going to be evening Eastern time zone, probably no earlier than about 6:30 p.m. here, and going to whenever. Went a lot longer than we expected, but I can't say that we'll run every day any more than I know when I'm running. We just kind of go with it. And hopefully if you subscribe, you'll get notifications as soon as we start to go live, because the choices you get when you start a video are, the minimum is a 1 hour heads up, to start promoting it on the channel 1 hour before. It doesn't say when it sends out notifications. I think it waits until it actually goes live. So a lot of times we'll start it up and it'll be waiting for us, and we're working things out, and it still hasn't sent the notice out. I don't know. I really don't have any control over that. So thanks for the subs and for even joining up to my channel. While I'm here, is there anything you guys had any questions or about, mostly Bible stuff or channel stuff? I'm glad at least we got a way to get sound out of a video, and hopefully we'll have a nice intro the next time we run the Blood Always Finds Its Level channel. So spread it around, tell people we exist, and if the more of them that subscribe will have more capabilities on the channel. And I don't know if it's just that or whether you have to have been established for a few months or what the rules are. They always seem to be changing. So thanks for coming. I don't know what else to talk about other than, if I do a video, I tend to not name names, to try to be analytical about something and neutral and just look at a problem and a solution. And a lot of times people think I must have meant them personally. It's always best to ask me. If you're wondering whether there's a problem between me and you, just shoot me a message and we'll work it out. I'm usually not trying to pick on one person. I don't like to do hit pieces. And I certainly don't like them done on me, although they are anyway. But this is a lack of communication. So we're hoping to avoid those sorts of things and be upfront about it. We can be more upfront on that channel than I can on mine, just because I don't want the drama. I don't want the undue attention. I'm mostly here to just try to explain Bible things or, social things that have to do with trying to improve situations. And I don't know, I'm just trying at least. So, other than that, this is Friday, and I usually take the weekends off. I don't usually I have been running on Fridays, but I'm supposed to be doing laundry, and I kind of put it off. This helps with that. So yeah, not a creepy stalker at all. You're the good kind of stalker, I guess. And yeah, it's not always clear even to people who know me who I'm talking about, because there have been so many different places where the same things happen that, of course, then I'm told it's my fault. That, there's, like I said the other day when I did the friendship video, the Fair Weather Friends video, I had at least 3 or 4 people contact me privately and go, "Was that about me?" So it's not always clear because I don't name names, and that kind of leaves too much to the imagination. So, yeah, but that was another thing with the new channel, that we don't think that a Christian channel should have anti-Christians on panel. We're not after the ratings, and we're not after, seeing how many people we can get to troll us. We just want a place to stay, a home, so to speak, on the internet. And yeah, a lot of us were tired of a lot of shenanigans a long time ago, but we tried to give people the benefit of a doubt, give them other chances. They apologize, we come back, we do it again. It happens again, we apologize, we come back. And that's like, after a while, like, I don't know, some kind of MK Ultra conditioning, that mind control, it affects you after it happens so many times. And so we just had to have a place where we at least knew we weren't going to do that to each other and continually do the, yeah, well, I'm a sinner like everybody else, and yeah, we'll forgive you, everything's cool, and then they do it again. And there's a basic level of behavior we should expect from Christians, and that isn't much to ask, but apparently it is for most people. But for the four of us that are there right now that go on the panel, doesn't seem like we have set the bar very high. So yeah, there are just issues that a lot of people have. I'm sure we've got ours, but at least the four of us can get along, and that's the main thing, is we just have a standard of it's only going to be trustworthy Christian people on panel who at least have an anchor in the gospel, and the Bible is the word of God. That really should be the minimal standard for any Christian channel, any group of Christians. If you can't stand on the Bible, then what are you standing on? It's shifting sand when people allegorize the whole thing, and it makes it, if you allegorize a text that doesn't give you that option itself, it has a genre such as history. You can't turn it into just a moral lesson. You can learn lessons from history, from bad examples and good examples, but if the passage itself is not about a moral or dogmatic teaching, and it's simply saying, King David went here and fought a battle, that's not an allegory. It's not a moral lesson. It's just history or news reporting, and people take it wrong, for no reason other than they don't want it to be real. And that's a very slippery slope for Christians, because you either have the truth or you don't. And Jesus didn't treat such things as allegories. The New Testament writers didn't treat those things that happened in the Old Testament as allegories unless they said so. So this is just a basic foundation for the channel, is how you treat each other, having each other's back, relying on the gospel that Jesus rose from the dead, and that the God of the Bible is the one true God, the creator who made this realm, which is more important than how he made it or what he made, is who made it. And that the Bible is in its original languages, is the authority by which we go, that gives us an objective anchor as Christians talking to each other. And we have differences of opinion. That's why I did the video the other day about opinions, because Christians and non-Christians alike often can't tell where their opinions begin and truth left off, fact left off. Our opinions may be true. I didn't mean to say truth, but fact. The facts are the words on the page, as I said yesterday, and everything else beyond that is an opinion, even no matter how deeply held it is, and no matter how logical it seems. There are people with good logic and sound reasoning and good character who disagree. And that's just how it is as humans. We're all fallible. So that's mainly all I have to say. And what our motivations were for that channel. We're certainly not trying to take anybody else's followers. People go where they want to go. And we just couldn't put up anymore with so much unreliability, lack of communication, like I said, and people turning a blind eye to suffering of others when they're around. Like I said, we're not expecting our friends to come from the four corners of the earth whenever we get into trouble. We're just saying, let's try to take better care of each other and be there and show some sympathy when one of us gets jumped by a mob. It's just not much to ask, but it seems to be a very rare idea, and we've managed to find four of us with the same idea. So you're all welcome there in the chat. Like I said, we're so overly cautious right now, and so tired of not being able to trust people, that it's probably going to be a while before we have anybody else on panel. But we are handing out wrenches to people that we know, and even then you have to be careful that the person who is in chat is in fact the person you think they are before you give them a wrench, because that sort of thing goes on. So we're trying to be careful, as nothing's foolproof, but we're going to try. That's all we can promise, and we're going to try to do it right. And I hope you guys can join us. Excuse me. Like I said, whenever we run, we don't know ahead of time, but it will probably be after 6:30 on weekday evenings, possibly weekends. I don't know, but at least on the weekdays, some people have jobs that they have to go to during the day and different time zones. And so after about 6:30 Eastern is about when we're expecting to run. So yeah, those qualities of character that are seemingly a fault or a sin these days are the qualities we're after and hoping to demonstrate toward each other and toward everybody who comes to the channel. So yeah, we won't have any tolerance for people who are just there to cause trouble, or people who are openly hostile to the faith, or pretending to have sincere questions when it becomes obvious in time that they don't. We've all got experience with the atheist debate realm, where they will all come to a Christian channel or message board and say, I'm just curious about your faith. I just have some questions. And then it doesn't take long to fish them out and find out that no, they're there just to entertain themselves, because apparently a lot of atheists don't have any other means of entertainment where they get their jollies picking on Christians. And now there are people, ball earth, flat earth debate, same situation, where some people just can't have any fun or have a life unless they're needling somebody else about what they don't like about them. So, yeah, this is what the new channel is about. Like and subscribe. I see we're already up to 15 subscribers, which is phenomenal for a channel that was just created yesterday. And hope you can just keep an eye out for it. And I think I'm out of things to say today, so probably won't see you on this channel at least till Monday. No guarantees on either channel if or when we're running, but when we do, we'll try to give a quality presentation. That's all I can promise you. Thanks for coming. We'll catch y'all later.